Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. Several weeks ago, somebody needed some help putting a curved gradient on a curved text. And I'm going to try to find that video and call this number 3 or something. Because later on, just a couple of days ago, I did something with the blend tool that really pretty nice. So you have your curved text. It doesn't matter what curvature you have. I mean, if you want it more or less, get the 2 point and hold down I think it's the shift key. No, shift key does inside out. The control key makes it like that. So that's pretty much of a curve. So let's hold down the shift key and double click on the rectangle tool. Let's go and take that rectangle and convert it to a curve. And then I'm going to use the envelope tool on that rectangle. And I'm just going to try to get the bottom. So I need to back up and go to the single arch. That way it'll kind of follow my line. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And you don't really need the top. We do want this to cover, so I'm going to bring that down. And because we're doing this, it doesn't really matter, the shape of the box. We're going to get rid of that line anyway. So now I'm going to take the shape tool. I'm going to right click on that. I'm going to right click. You know what? Maybe I have to get off envelope. Well, isn't that weird? Tell you what, let's turn the envelope into a curve. Then we can use our shape tool and we can right click and break apart, move over here, right click, make apart. And then if we take our virtual segment delete key, it will delete all the lines except for that curvature. Now, I kind of want to know how far to nudge that up. So I'm going to get my parallel dimension tool, and I'm going to go from right there to about right there. So I need a 5.21 curve or nudge. So I'm going to go 5.21 or thereabout. And I'm going to make a duplicate of that guy and put it on top. Now I can actually take my text away. Well, that'll be the same thing. Let's make sure. I'm just going to take the text away. I'm going to make both the lines something other than a hairline because I draw a hairline. That might be too thick. So let's go half that. And I'm going to stay with those same colors. I've got red, so I'm going to right click and make that one yellow. But now I actually want that same thing again to do something else. So I'm going to hit the plus key and do that right there. But I'm actually going to, I'll do that in a second. Now I'm going to take these two lines and I'm going to go to effects and blend. I'm going to blend 400 times. And I get that right there. Now this one I want maybe just the opposite. So I'm going to move the yellow up and I'm going to blend them the other way. So now I've got yellow on top, but if I nudge it down, see now I got a yellow gradient looking fill in the middle. Now I do need to go, for this to work, you got to go to object and break the 6 objects apart and then group them together. See, it says 6 objects, but part of them are a blend. So you've got to do this for this to work. Now we can move our text back up. It's behind. So we're going to go to object, order, front of page, and we want it in the middle. So I'm just going to manually move it. And maybe I could even squish this, make this not quite so much. But I want it to make sure all the letters are in there. I got the whole thing. Okay, that ought to work. Now I'm going to select both of them. And I'm going to go to intersect. It's going to take a few seconds because it's First of all, I'm working on the page and it's 37 inches big. I don't know why I do that, but I get somebody else's work in the middle and I start going off page. So as soon as that clock stops, it'll be done. Kind of a lesson. And look at that. I mean, that is a really sharp text effect. Well, you know what? It's not, I must have not curved when I moved it. So let's, I like keeping that. So let's Control C to copy it. And now let's back up to where I smushed that, because the smushing kind of took away the curvature. So now let's take this text. Well, easier said than done. There we go. Now I'm going to right click and paste and see I get that item back. And I'm going to show you the difference. Now my W isn't in there. So I'm going to grab the text and just bring it in just a little bit. Now intersect it. You know what? Let's try a little thing. Let's make this smaller before we intersect it. See if it doesn't do it any faster. Of course, I didn't time the other, so I have no clue, and maybe not, just because it's a blend, it's having to do a lot of work. But there's a lot you could do with this, and I'll show you in a second when this stops. So the size didn't matter. That's pretty cool. Not as much red as we want, but you can still take this. This is what I like about the intersect tool. We still got our text. Let's try something different. Let's Control D and duplicate it and mirror it. Now we have to group this together. You know what? Let's move this down just a little bit. There we go. Group this together. Go to Control G. Now let's put a text inside there. Now this will be not really along with the help the person first needed, but it is a pretty cool effect. But anything that you could curve, and I thought the blend tool, we can curve the blend tool. We could actually even probably contour, and you could have multiple colors. I could have done one of these in red and yellow and the other one in purple and blue, so this is taking a little bit more time even, but I think it'll be well worth the wait in just a second. Look at that. I mean, that's pretty cool. And, I didn't play around with it too much. But anyway, I hope that helps somebody someday, and thank you for watching.